If you're trying to figure out how to book more jobs as a professional agency signed model, make sure that you watch this video. And if you're new to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button because my entire channel is teaching you all about how to become a successful model in this industry. Hey there, if you're new to my channel, I am Kamla-Kay. I am an agency signed professional model. I do print work and TV commercials, and then I'm also a modeling mentor, educating aspiring models all about the industry. And I am a posing coach, teaching you how to be a lot more comfortable on camera in your poses because let's face it, if you're trying to become a model, you have to know how to pose with ease on a photo shoot. Otherwise, clients and agencies are not going to want to work with you. So in this short video, let's talk about you booking more jobs as a model. What are the things that you want to consider in that avenue? Idea number one, a lot of times people don't realize, especially if you're new to the industry, the aspect of being signed to multiple agencies. So when you get started as a model, you sometimes get started with your local agency, an agency that's pretty near to your home location. However, as a model, the goal is actually to get signed to many different agencies, whether in a state right next door, a state across the country, or another country altogether. So for instance, I am signed to several agencies here in the United States where I live, and I'm also signed overseas as well. So when you're trying to become a model or book more jobs as a model, it really helps your career and your potential in booking more jobs if you're multi-listed to other agencies. Now you're probably thinking, how does that work from a contract standpoint? I do have other videos on my page about the types of contracts that modeling agencies can offer you that allows you to be listed in other locations. But just a quick thought, if you are signed, let's say that you have an agency in New York City. Generally speaking, you're only going to be allowed to be signed to that one agency within an exclusive contract in New York City. However, if you want to be signed in LA, for instance, or Miami, you can still be signed to those states because your exclusive contract is usually only limited to New York City in the example that I gave you, which means you can then go and get an exclusive or non-exclusive contract in LA and then a completely separate non-exclusive or exclusive contract in Miami. Thereby, you have agencies in all of these locations. And the blessing of that is, let's say that with your local agency, maybe you're not booking as much work, or maybe you are booking a ton of work, but then your agency in another state also has opportunities throughout the year. Well, guess what? Now you're able to get those other jobs that maybe you would not have had the opportunity to have based on your one agency that you were only signed to. So the goal is always to be signed to various agencies, and granted, it does not mean that you're gonna book jobs as a model when you're signed. A lot of times that's a misconception as well, but certainly having the opportunity for different agents to see your face and to see your portfolio certainly will open up more work potential for you. Something else that is super important in booking more jobs as a model, and obviously more paid jobs as a model, has to do with your portfolio. As a model, agencies, clients, they're constantly looking at pictures every single day, deciding on what model they want to use for a job, deciding on what model they'll even invite to the audition. And a lot of this is based on your portfolio. So it's super important that you're getting your agency new images at least 2 times for the year minimum, because what happens is if an agency is constantly submitting your same portfolio images to a client, well, guess what? The agency, the client is going to definitely get bored of seeing those images. Every time they see your portfolio, if it's always the same thing, well, guess what? They're thinking, wow, this person must not work that much. They are never updating their portfolio. There's never new images. So they're thinking, okay, well, maybe they don't have as much experience. Maybe not as many brands are interested in working with them. So updating your portfolio also lets clients know that you are someone that is catching the attention of different brands, that you're someone that really is good on camera, and that you're aware of the need to have an updated portfolio. Before I continue, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification button, and do not forget, put some comments below if you have a question on portfolio development. What are you struggling with in terms of getting more jobs with your agency if you're already signed, for instance? So your portfolio is a huge aspect to making sure that you are booking jobs as a model. Along with your portfolio and making sure that you are getting new images throughout the year is a variety of images. So if all of your portfolio images, for instance, is you in a bathing suit, maybe you live in like Miami, for instance, where bathing suits is a big aspect of the industry here, you still want to have other images, other outfits that showcases you in different categories, right? So that brands can see you in different roles, maybe in a beauty role, maybe they can see you booking a job for a resort, right? Or something that's more corporate. So you want to make sure that your portfolio is diversified depending on whether you're with a commercial agency or talent agency, but a portfolio that really aligns to that specific agency and their clientele. Something else that is also important with making sure that as a model that you are booking more paid jobs is just taking an honest assessment of yourself. Maybe you were booking jobs before with your agency and then all of a sudden things change. So if you're saying, okay, my portfolio has been updated, I am signed to these different agencies, has something else changed? For instance, maybe you are a little bit younger and you've gone through a growth spurt. Maybe your body has changed in terms of your weight or your body measurements, whether up or down, right? If your body has changed in such a way that maybe your agency and the brands, the clients that are working with the agency, maybe that no longer fits with that agency, or maybe the agency needs you to take better care of your body. Again, doesn't mean that you have to be a size 0. You can be a size 18 booking amazing modeling jobs, but even in that sense, the clients, the brands, they want to see that you are still toned, that you're taking care of your body, right? So especially for men who are trying to become models, having a toned stomach, unless you're like maybe 60 years old, is super important. But even for the models that are 60 years old, that are more mature, clients still love to see that you are really physically fit. So keep that in mind as well. Your body, how are you taking care of your body? How do you physically look on camera? As that may be a reason why you're not getting as many modeling jobs as you would like. Before I continue, posing. I want to do a quick mention of posing. If you're a model, you obviously have to be really good on camera, having camera confidence, being able to pose so that when you go to a photo shoot, that the photographer does not have to guide you on every single pose. Because once that happens with the brand, a lot of times they're going to tell your agency that you're not as experienced, and guess what? That brand, that agency, or that client is not going to want to hire you again. So in that sense, make sure that you go to my description area. I do have a posing course that I recently created. It is a full posing course all about moving different aspects of your body, what to do with your hands, your facial expressions, and that is going to help you become a stronger model on camera, because your poses as well in your portfolio will help to increase your odds of booking paid jobs when you come off as a model that knows how to capture themselves on camera. Let's say that you are agency signed or non-agency signed. This is a tip that can work for either categories. And that is, especially when you're in the commercial lifestyle space in the United States, you want to sign up for the website Casting Networks. So depending on when you watch this video, it's possible that Casting Networks will or won't be popular anymore, but currently it is a very well-respected casting site in the United States that a lot of agencies rely on in order to send their models, their talent to auditions. The good thing about Casting Networks is you do not have to be agency signed. You can be an aspiring model that goes on this website, creates an account, updates some of your own images, your body measurements, statistics about yourself, hobbies that you like to do. And from this point on Casting Networks, you can submit yourself directly to modeling jobs without having to wait for an agency to do this for you. Now, if you are agency signed, your agency may not allow you to submit to jobs on your own. That is, again, a conversation that you would have to have with them, and depending on the kind of contract that you have. But I did want to share that Casting Networks is a way for you to go ahead and find yourself your own modeling jobs that are paid. Final tip on making sure that you're booking jobs as a model is that you want to consider going to another market for modeling. So what does that mean? When it comes to the word market for modeling, it means that you are going to a different location in order to pursue your goals, right? There are models that will travel to different cities, states, and countries in different parts of the year depending on the season, and that is because in some countries, at certain points of the year, there are a lot more jobs that are happening there. There are a lot more clients that come to that location for that type of the year. So that is why a lot of times with models, to increase their odds of booking more work, they will not stay in the same location for more than 3 to 4 months at a time. So of course, maybe not everyone has the ability to travel so much and constantly be on the move, but if you do have the opportunity even once a year to go and live somewhere else for 3 months out of the year, that can also really increase your odds of booking more paid modeling jobs. I hope this video was helpful in giving you some tips on how you can increase your odds of booking more paid jobs as a professional agency signed model, or maybe even as a freelancer as well. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you have not already done that. If you have any questions, leave them below. And do not forget, go to the description area because you want to click on that link for my posing course, because it does not matter how gorgeous your face is. If you cannot pose easily on camera with a photographer without getting stuck after a few poses, guess what? The brand is not going to want to rehire you, and your agency is not going to keep sending you out for jobs if you cannot represent yourself well on camera. So grab that posing course in an effort to gain better experience and get you paid modeling jobs. I'll see you in the next video.